people actually know that it's not true. They know that it's in their reality. They know that those things aren't the real thing, but they have a feeling, just like, like they have this is the feeling, this is what feels right to me, and this is what I want, and so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna fight you on the facts and things because I have nothing else to fight you with other than I can say like, well, because you can't because I've like we boil it down. This is how you feel, right? And you're trying to justify it with whatever you can find and throw and see if something sticks to the wall. But if you're like you said, if someone that's trained like yourself boils them down, you always have in the bottom of that boiling down. You just tear it apart. Is that feeling or I did it? It was me. I have the phone.
On next episode, we're gonna have a new host. It's gonna be Scotty and James, Scotty and Linda.
I have book recommendations for days, folks.
There you go.
I read a lot.
Yeah, awesome. Well, you can also put them on the podcast page whenever you put them on there, please. So.
Okay.
I was gonna say how many Facebook fights have you been in about politics?
Oh gosh, I quit about a year ago.
Many fight, right? How many minds do you think you've changed? With all the study and everything.
Has anybody ever said to you,
maybe
thank you, you've changed
crack.
my mind.
Yeah.
You've enlightened me on something I didn't think about.
That has never happened.
Like everybody goes deeper and deeper into their corners.
But I will say this. I will give you a personal story, and hopefully I won't take too much of your time. So James and I, we've had these conversations. We have serious conversations about race because I'm a black woman. He's a biracial man of white and Hispanic descent. And there have been times where, I'm like, white people this and white people that. And I'm like, I don't really mean it to be racist, but he has to check me sometimes. And he's like, Linda, I know you, but the way you're saying that, right. It's not coming out right.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, I know the numbers. I know the stats. I know this. I know that. I know systemic racism is real in this country, right. And then I had to literally reevaluate, okay, well, maybe you might be a little biased. Maybe, you're holding on to all of this hurt. And I had to say to myself one day, maybe when I want to talk about certain issues, I need to be a little bit more gentler in my approach. And I need to do some self-evaluation. And I need to calm the hell down because you know what? I'm actually wrong sometimes, right. But having someone that I care about say, okay, Linda, think about what you're saying. Right. I was able to evolve and think differently about certain things and admit that this way of thinking is actually problematic. She
evolved on evolution.
Actually, yes, this is true.
I
grew up in a hardcore Christian family, okay? Right. So, but I like to think that if I can evolve on my way of thinking,
right.
Why is it so hard for everyone else? And I've evolved on plenty of things, right. But but when you're presented with facts and you do the research yourself, you should be able to say, oh, yeah, you know what? That's actually true. Right. Yep. Okay. So my worldview is...
You've been in school. You've been had information brought to you where it's like, here's new information. You now need to adjust the way you think with this new information. So you've grown with that. Other people have not. Other people are like, these are your ideas. These are the way, the things that you know. And then that's it. Like, they don't know how to change the way they think.
Yeah, I think. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, go ahead.
No. Okay, I just had a thought in my mind because of what you were saying earlier about and this is something I've continuously, because I've had with many people that same discussion. That's why I try to wave myself down to where I need to. How I present these ideas to people, right? And it's one of my. I always talk to my side. I don't talk to that side, telling them how to be because I can't. It's. I tell my people that think in similar ways as me. It's we have to change the way we can't be the aggressors in the conversation because then
they shut down immediately.
And if we can do that, even then that situation where you said James approaching you, and if he had come after you, can you? You probably would have shut down. You guys.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I was resistant at first.
Right.
I was like, "Are you calling me a racist? What?
That can't be possible."
So the thing is right now, I get it. We're also angry, but at the same time, we have to present the information in a way that's going to be digestible,
right?
That seed has a hope of growing, But if not, if we attack it, they're just going to put up the wall, and if not, we all do. Whenever someone even a feminist view, my sister calls me out all the time on feminist stuff because I consider myself a feminist, and I have a lot of feminist ideas, but she calls me out all the time. You know, like, oh, wait, that's kind of, you know. And I at first you're like, what are you talking about? And then we're like, yeah, you're right. Let me rethink my original thought. So it's all about how they approach you, and you know.
Yeah. All right. So this is a great point, and it's also a good point to take a quick break. I'm going to have James play some music, and then we'll come back to some trivia and talk more current events.
I'm ready for this bread coming.
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Nice. All right, we'll be back.
Well, this is called the protest song.
Oh, and don't you know, time you cut down a tree, you breaking up another squirrel family. When don't you see, Fukushima took his toll. Now I can enjoy my sushi roll. And fry can make it, farmer's water unclean. Now on the side he's selling gasoline. And don't you go cutting off the animals' horns. Well, that's the reason ain't no more unicorns. Cause they were tripping, yeah. More concerned about their profit shares. And they were tripping, yeah. What kind of people can afford to get vegan, gluten, organic, free? Everything I ate been bad for me. And I gets down, guess I keeps it real. Never find me at Club Baby Seal. And just because I don't have PhD doesn't mean I don't know botany. Well, if you go cut down all them trees, then I'll have to learn, yeah, cause I can't breathe. Cause they were tripping, yeah. More concerned about their profit shares. And they were tripping, yeah. What kind of people can afford to get with their shoes are tied? Can't take nowhere this day. Well, I don't know why. Oh, they're still tripping. Don't be surprised. Oh, don't be confused. They tell a lie. Oh, that's what they do. And I'm living about the way we live it. 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 Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a protest song. This is the protest song. This is a protest song. Gonna sit and sing it all night long. This is a protest song. This is a protest song. This is a protest song. Gonna sit and sing it. Oh yeah, shoes are tied. Didn't take no red last day. Well, I don't know why. Oh, they're still tripping. And don't be surprised. Ooh, don't be confused. They telling lies. Oh, that's what they do. And I'm living about the way we live it. 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 Oh, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Now I hate the protest song. Now I hate the protest song. Now I hate the protest song. It never gets to the point it lasts too long. Now I hate the protest song. Now I hate the protest song. Now I hate the protest song. It never gets to the point it lasts too. Their shoes are tied. Didn't take no LSD. Oh, I don't know why. Oh, they're still tripping. And don't be surprised. Oh, don't be confused. They tell lies. That's what they do. But I'm living about the way we live it. 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 the way we living. Living about the way we living. Living about the way we living. Oh, oh.
All right, welcome back. And you guys ready for some trivia?
I love trivia.
Let's do.
I don't think we have a choice.
No, you're not. That's right. You're stuck. You got like the reigning champion to your left.
I've lost every single trivia.
Whenever there's a guest, he has never won. Let's see if we can break the cycle. All right, number one. On October 19th, shortly after the first criminal charges were issued for interference of the 2018 elections, the U.S. government warned that 3 countries were seeking to influence the next month's congressional elections. Which of the following is not one of the countries involved? So I'm going to give you 4 countries. 3 of them are already being found meddling in next elections. One of them is not.
All right, well, Russia's one of them.
Is it A, Russia? It really was A. All right, stop looking at my paper.
Sorry. I'm not looking.
A, Russia. B, China. C, North Korea. Or D, Iran.
I'm going to let you take this one, James.
Well, you guys are not working as a team.
It's got to be North Korea, right?
Really?
You think it's Iran? No.
No, I don't. What were the options again? What was B?
I think
B
Iran
is China.
would.
But you said that they've
This is
already been
not.
found for
Which
the
one
next
is- which
time.
one is
Okay,
not
Russia
influenced?
is for sure. We know that. Obama has come out and told us. China, actually, we just found out that they were spying on us recently, but I don't know if that had anything to do with the election. But I'm going to say if they got caught spying on us recently, I'm going to say they were doing it during the election. North Korea. What was the other option?
Iran.
Iran, they
don't really like. I'm with you. I'm gonna pick North Korea because
I think they just don't care about the
I
election.
don't know.
Yeah,
It's not
blow
that.
them up. We'll blow them up if we
No,
don't. Like
I don't think
them
they
enough.
have spies that are good enough.
Yeah,
I think that's
the
what
other
it
part,
is.
yeah.
Rico?
I think Chile's not on there. No, I'm just kidding.
Or E?
I'm gonna go with C, whatever that was.
North Korea.
All right.
So we're all saying
All
North
in
Korea.
agreement.
All right, so and the answer is North Korea.
Woo!
Boom.
Good job,
Boom.
team.
Yeah.
We rationalize that very well.
Yeah, very good.
Ching, ching.
All right, number 2. Elizabeth Warren got into trouble in 2012 when a Boston newspaper reported that Warren claimed minority status while a professor at Harvard University and the University of Pennsylvania Law Schools. Trump later went on to mock the Massachusetts senator by calling her Pocahontas and even offered her $1 million to her favorite charity if she could prove that she's an Indian.
Does she get it now that she's 5%?
Elizabeth
didn't
Warren
get it.
took a DNA test and the results are in.
Yep.
Is it A, she's a quarter Indian and Trump says the DNA test is a bad test? B, she's a quarter Indian and Trump insists he never said he'd pay? C, she's an eighth Indian and Trump says that it's not enough to pay? Or D, she's 164th Indian and Trump says she's a phony?
Yeah, 164th because
164th.
she's 5%, and
It's like 8 generations. They said something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
but she definitely has one Native American. I mean, if there's one, there are plenty, but it's so far back that
I
you
feel
know.
like we're doing this as a team. I feel like
Yeah,
I
this
need
is a
to.
team
I
effort.
need to have
But
inner thoughts.
I will say this: I'm that person who watches Adam Explains Everything, and then I explain everything to him before the episode.
That's right. It should have been her
or
show.
I
It should have been
no,
her show.
legit,
Yeah.
it should have been my show. So
I love that show. I
Yeah,
will
we
talk
just
about
talked
it.
about it. We just talked right before we got here.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going with the 164?
Yes.
You guys in
Yeah.
agreement with
Yes.
Linda?
Go with it.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
the answer.
Boom.
And actually, that's at most. I mean, it might even be less.
Oh yeah.
And the Cherokees are mad at Elizabeth Warren for making that claim.
really,
Yeah.
I mean, this is the way I see it. They let who's that quarterback from Oklahoma from back in the day? Sam Bradford.
Sam
or
Bradford. Yeah.
He's like an eighth or something like that.
Yeah.
He's a part of the reservation as far as I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you make a claim as a minority at a school,
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I would be upset. But my understanding was the people at the school said she didn't use it
that's true.
Right.
in order to get a job. So what's the problem? She just said I have Native American ancestry. Like
Right.
I've said that. I took a 23andMe
Right.
test. I'm 2% Native American.
There you go.
Okay, so
I
No,
remember-
you're right. You're right. It's inconsequential because she didn't apply for any kind of I need assistance type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the big deal?
it's like, what's the point? Like I am 23% European. I can claim that.
Right.
You know, I'm 31% whatever.
We all came from
Everybody's
somewhere.
trying to put everybody into a little box of who we are.
cares?
Yeah.
We all came from Africa at one point, so we all gonna have to have some kind of.
Yeah, always put